Yeah, do phones.
Yes, and my mentor friend. And on the dear Facebook and one money watching. Also, Apple, no one Apple Yanka. What you say, my hip hop, Massa. Your original one, and do phones will say, Kabi. I don't know.
Okay. Open pen drives now.
Yes.
What do you do phones? Open home theater and as a speaker now, pa. Oko do abekwa kwenye bi ato. Open ceiling fan and standing fan. Ninya na do. It will be on a say open fridges and at top. Fridge up beer,
yeah.
Also, being a fridge, sin fear. So be a union, oh, yeah, now they are sim, and they or mine more a ding.
There's a storage in
the back. Oh, yeah, Johnny, dear Table Boca to be here fridge only fee. And I put me in your stove and swap. Who's I can tell my men's cousins, who's I can know Johnny see on my end sentence. You know how to preserve it. But the name say, hey. So we are as a sentence only against an accent when your freedom finds you more. What's a mayor? Upe stove. I don't come with a boys in the brain for a case. You know, so I didn't say. Only fridge. It was all dinner. And this open stove and so Benyabi. An electric iron. And so Ubaka Kunyabi, our two phones. Then Kobasa electric iron. No. Who be not just say, oh, Sona, if you want me to Duma, and electric photo album and yakra touching usana me touching line and two lights in the grass boka touching the baby almost so name now if you like to me kwire be pound the tunatadi and then also quite do phone no copy bito man pontizo go na duo yes I do phone so man pontizo go Methodist church no okay and Genesis Food Palace esawo ha ho de da ko de say ko so ebeko Yebeko Adwane a wo pa di bia no onsabe kabi adwane bia wo ya wedding wo ya party wo ya ye place order yes na yemfa adwane nso embro adwane a pa bia ko ya order bituo yes no say timi ko ya bio one Genesis Food Palace and say do phones wona na wo na adu so say phone betima beje na watuane kakran and asodi na yeni pa abaya odia asodi na yeni pa so de wo wiase oje na watuane kakran oje na watuane kakran wow umpe we na ape wow tell we fa do 0555 34 55 92 yes 0555 34 55 92 and 0243 86 02 39 0243 86 0239 na oni do phones and so etima bon ko tina dama na ekwaje local stories no tego yonkomra baisia fireborn back again 750 all of them have it done say we did fireborn back again Alaska signboard them all of them have it no say we did again fear wait omo beka say we for nyom ebi beka say we for nyom omo beka say 730 sports ebi beka say we for nyom mitipo fire burn back again 730 sports mitipo all of them happy no say we did Obia utiska 8 na pa na amuzu e ba clinic adama ana ye kwa kwaji in local stories na bibia nso etumi aka ma se utima no pa dia Dr. Amuzu se brand 10 times na fi omma omensam no NCP sita ye be ma na se ni untumi emma adwuma ompa ma Dr. Amuzu se brand 10 times untumi emma na onso etumi abo adwuma ompa na bibia ye kama be ma weak erection early ejaculation se no agim onso untumi ma adwuma odede wasama ya to Dr. Amuzu Sebra obrama bibia nso atimi aye kama pa saani ni osan edi Amuzu garlic bitters de abaye no nso eboama emoja no atimi edi akusani eboa high blood pressure etu ase kra ana cholesterol woni padwanim nya nso ebetimi etu ase nya se ni nwan na yedi no ekofan yare wa bebre na de brain etianunti ana Dr. Amuzu se brana omwo be pesa garlic bitters ni bito Amuzu garlic bitters no na entu sa nyama we nyina se na nsema nipa ebrenewu bonso bewu no esia wonyare o kope Amuzu garlic bitters to ebeboa ama sa kasa nye beja eka ti kotafu shaye so Amuzu janse wona Dr. Amuzu wo tafu shaye so obemo market udonya du mo market ebuso bia pani ana akwada se pe Dr. Amuzu ye be kiro eho enye jira kwan Fred Dr. Amuzu 0247 77 6743 0247 77 67 43 now ni Dr. Amuzu so etumi abo enkomo na tieniye ni nyanse ne se wutie me na se Amuzu garlic bitters no pe bia to ram pharmacy shop ni herbal shop bia no kwa wonsa ebetumi akabi na bibia e kama yes am rebesa ase enso de feed the Black Sharks of Ghana omo ko ball game kura ni nyanse we no AFCON we no say beach soccer AFCON e ba so the Black Sharks of Ghana ni La Côte d'Ivoire e de boni na game no ba wie no na Ghana ye manto mu gina beach empano bo soccer no mu bo no bo yi pa no o matumi ate La Côte d'Ivoire asomo e kanu ama La Côte d'Ivoire so etumi ate kanu miensa nti we enso aye game a omo ekokoba na team no ebe travel to Abidjan for the return leg and nso beba so na July 26 to 28 na esa game we sunu an ebetumi akokoba so a yense no so se no so aye bistroka de na elite under 15 girls championship no so ekoso match day 4 enso etodwa anura pram na results ni senate uko group B a Greater Accra omo sheba ko ma brown half nso etumi esheba ko ema rem sokode penalties no Brave region omuni bopa na senate omutumi echi Greater Accra region honom omutumi chomo eshoma kanan ema Greater Accra nso etumi echi kanemienu Upper West and Central region enso boy ema ekoinde 1-1 no de nice 1-1 no ana mo preso awo group B honom ema eno nso ekoye 4-2 on penalties edma Upper West into mo so komanim na se group B ni de ewie ho na group A no nso senate Ashanti region esemenu ema Upper East region ensimana braka Eastern region so shemensa Western region enso preso a omantimi anya wonhwenti reserve game no so Northern region and voter region ko boy ma fei obi ato atena baako ewrem on penalties ema voter enso tumi winning 4-3 on penalties entiano ye di wom na we table no a after match day 4 senate group A Ashanti region anya 11 points Ashanti de oye dead beso ani Northern region tosumienu almost 6 points Upper East region tosumiensa 4 points no manya Eastern region tosumie 9 almost anya 3 points and Western region de omo sasa omo mohwe enso won ma anya gudie ene ma de oye bi group B no so Greater Accra region already kind omanya 10 points group B Brave region tosumienu omo 7 points Upper West region tosumiensa omanya 3 points wonum Voter region toso 9 omo so 2 points and Central region toso num omo so etumi enya 2 points wonum na yemwam National Paralympic Committee enei omo the statement ababontini nyane say I will say the National Paralympic Committee no release statement on the 18th of July on the Babonti say and they suspending Mr. Trudeau Mawuli Viwolo former Ghana Amputea Football Association and I say Football Association Secretary General and Mr. Ernest Yaw Ayisi and also it is a State Foundation munyano omatumi so e the suspension amaninya say name penifo omutimi eka bom Sika FM eba ekokoje visa edi match se nkrofobia omo no omo en qualify say timi ema on visa na san nkrofo nya no mutimi enso e conspire enom ka bomu etese kuntrase ema ye di visa edi ma san nkrofo bi se Afum Bernard aka Moza Francis no go mnizo Ghana nimponia ene mensa Fredina omunya no so Ghana de ho corruption intimi fiada na omokwaje momo amenei na say the French embassy no so e de ba say saa kɔfo no hwɛ mu ayɛ sɛ anka team na anka ɛkɔ no ɔmo nka wo bi to ɔmo nte asɛ sɛ ɔmutumi ɛbɛyɛ yɛgye saa visa no ɛde ma saa nkurɔfo yi ama nei embassy no atwuma ɔmo afrɛ saa nkurɔfo yi a sɛ nka ɔmɛtumi na ɔmakasa but bernadafo nkoa ne nipa a wɔtumi arespond to ɔmo kɔɔ no bɛsi nnɛ embassy no ameki numerous attempts ɔmɛtumi saa nkurɔfo yi akasa ɛnso ne nya ne nkɔ ɛmama contacte saa athlete yi ɔgyina sɛ ɛdɔm kɔ so ɔmo yɛ athlete bankurɔfo yi ɛnyɛ athlete nti ebesi nnɛ yɛhu ɔmo baabi a yɛfrɛ mu a yɛnto ɔmo ka Ghana kɔɔsi no ɛne the whole world ɛbɛyɛ number 1 ɛdin nti ɔmo ayɛ dɔm bɛtim bɛ nti ɛne yɛ report embassy ndi aba ɛma the British High Commission no so ama verification unit no ɔmo so asɛnde a verification note ɛnso de akɔ akɔma kyɛ sɛ ɛde akɔ akɔma ɔmo nti ɛno so yɛ deɛ ɔnom nti sɛ ɔmo ahyɛ no nso ɔmo ahwɛ nti ɔmo ayɛ dɔm bɛtim bia na yɛntie nya sɛ owura Samson Dean ɛkasa de fa asanse no ɔkyerɛ mu a ɔmo de ɔmo atwɛ ɔmo ho ɔsɛ Paralympic Committee no ɔno ɔpɛni kɛse ɔda no ɔkyerɛ ɔmo no sanse no ɔmo distance ɔmo nim ho hwee nti yɛntie sɛm a Samson Dean so ade tu dwa.
What I want to make clear to the Ghanaian media and the people of Ghana is that no Ghana Paralympic team member, no Ghana Paralympic team official, no Ghana Paralympic team coach, no Paralympic team member, no associate member, no foreign member of the Ghana Paralympic team, none, nobody, no official letter or no letter or any communication or anything that got to do with Ghana's qualification to the Olympic or to the Paralympic Games or anything that got to do with applying for a visa to the Norwegian embassy. I am appealing to Ghanaians and we want to make things clear that the Ghana Paralympic team have not applied for a visa. Never have anybody, never has the MPC Ghana, never have I signed any letter for and on behalf of the Ghana Paralympic team, and never have we or any of our assigns or officers of the Ghana Paralympic team or the MPC Ghana have applied for a visa at the Norwegian embassy. What you have seen in the media, it's a forged letter by some group of people who are into disability sport development, and Neste Foundation. And Neste is a person with disability, an amputated person who engaged himself in forgery of documents with a former Ghana Amputee Football Association Secretary General with name Theodore Maule Viwoto, who has on the 18th of July been suspended indefinitely by the MPC Ghana. I want to appeal to the people of Ghana that the pictures, the images, the stories that is going viral has nothing to do with any member or anyone they see in the picture. None of them are or are involved or have or are associated to these people. The letters that were sent with my signature on it were forged by these guys, which is NSAC and Theodore Maule Viwoto, who did all this forged document, fraudulently used my document to acquire visas for some people who are very unknown to the Paralympic family. I want to appeal to everyone that no member of the Ghana Paralympic team have applied or have engaged in such very bad situation. We apologize, and we are going to make sure that we put structures into place that will stop such future occurrences where people can forge my signature to acquire visas. Thank you.
Intiana Yansama Ura Samson Dean, Edituana, Assembly no say the French embassy Assembly November 22 no reported sadly Anna July 18 Anna omo sa pania me boni din omo so ye dey you can say almost suspending, so I'm surprised. Say okay, so any day honum but I say no due to sadi obi ahwe ne nkwa sadi wi hu obi ahwe ne nkwa corruption e koso Ghana no o ka yes ba bia o ka akwagosi obi ahwe ne nkwa because of this. And they say no the message akọ singing just singing for no Western diplomatic commission e wa Kenya say sanko finye so ma yen chom nyina ko yentimi nhwe e masade we enkoso man mu sane man ekoso no ano den dodo oh my Ghana boy Osman Bukari also am making a debut for his new club Austin FC just omo ko ball draw against Charlotte FC Major League Soccer num na Samsona winger Fen Hakim Suleiman also under 20 on so nei the back team oba switch to oba so betima join Randers FC from Lyon and also the game second half we call championship side in so Leeds United and so nei almost also into some Ghanaian forward a branch feno Jesawon Rak Sachi we no more yan nechinta oba ba ka na epe no Blackstar ni nya no from Crystal Palace it no so the room and Joseph Pencil on also and it is 8 goals on it 8 goals for the season LA Galaxy victory over Poland nese no so dey oma ye Samson we match for na setosai abranche na swerve kotokoni has nyina obi ni set ba bisi akade ama kotoko for akwa ye nyina efe abranche sa akwa has in so besan ye nitia na set on nam South Africa o ba bia wakwa akosan de ama TIG Galaxy FC say the official ensema be Kenya on say ensema ye de brewa ni asa be ye de break man later ni ama on say no number 26 Jesus was ade akire and okwa akose we so de kodoko ni asa de number 26 akire Ghana fonya akwa ni bodu etiane e di room no Insuateman so 2023-24 FA Cup champions Insuateman say na making almost akwa sign former Karela United and a Ghana Stars player your friend Saibu Idrisu or left back almost sign a branch and we on so baby sakan e diamond so at Karela United and so newly appointed head coach obese Jumasi Wednesday Carbono he say no na take it justify program no only 3 days na yesterday we 3 days no dey yes justify no nya so mo players on be beef up the squad but the mama nkoto na mo nya ye justify sama afena mo say relegation na mo sa fight house of folk so aso no currently club no omo 14 players per penny no 14 players no mo so aka nti bi kwa coach no e say no what you say has nkoye ayi ewo Togo pre-season ono mo kwa say ewiemu nye kasa na mo kasa nya wo say coach was atitwi enti players need to twi na coach so titwi enti omo de ko Togo akwa chese training ha sakrampo na omo asa be pimo kroma senti omo kwa honam kwa mo bibia Dennis Corsan so on so 6 man na say on so contract ewu with the club ti say Ghana de ye nim so beto so identity up to now onya extend the contract no enti de matima expire your best and de ne de renti anso abu say o de form na okọ ti ne Dennis Costa de Razak Kasim ono so wa mahas up to Tuesday which is whatna say no contract no so o metima conclude kasa na kai o kasa no so metima kasa ho asema wi Gledo Tanga so ono so free has okọ kata o say the card ho se betuja Karatiyat ono oko ti Otanga nso kwa okosi akande amomo Otanga kwa kosan 1 year ano free house no kwa kosan de ama new club no ene Gledo Tanga kotoko so hye no Omahan private security firm so be monitor omo players no omo clubhouse so the beya am be protect was the last season be brain se me benesi ye madika ka bi dia cho etinei omo California bisika omo spending no omo manya ko ho ye pa players omo property ene nche nema se be omo be discipline nya California so omo manya ko se be player bi se obi nkoye nema bia e basa obi nkofa players nema ni nya omo hwese club no so betumi etum ponti eno eyensam a nya California se be player bi sneak out of the clubhouse but se bi nam night club ne ade sanema no ɔmo nhwɛ ɛma ebi si biem tia no nso yɛ de fi kɔtɔkɔ aso yɛ a yɛde ɛma ɛna no pɛ yɛtwa ɔbɛ ɛba ne yɛdi nkɔmmɔ.
Manchester City are the Premier League champions again.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
This is what the Olympics is all about.
Get closer to split-second wins. Closer to history in the making. Closer to your champions.
The greatest athletic achievements of all time.
Get DSTV to get closer to the 2024 Paris Olympic Games from 26 July to 11 August with 9 dedicated channels for the best coverage of every medal and every podium moment. On Supersport on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And when I call it back. I call it back. I call back your glory. I call back your beauty. I call back your honor. I call back your strength. I call back your prosperity. Let your tranquility return in the mighty name of Jesus.
Bienvenido, manisma akobi said, Nimau akuaba, ebusiafoni adofo. To God be the glory. Si onyankopo akua, onyamidi sekonko, onyami boni, evangelist Dr. Akwesi Donko on Sika FM 89.5 Monday to Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. sharp. The hour of hope. Every Amasamai Simontele, Kopim Zabutubu Tatale, Onyamima, Ghana de Sekunko, Umienten, Onyamiatum, and in Ishan and the Cassia, Abel Chapa.
I do not have silver and gold. That's right. One can say we do not have. That's a who Peter we need to class every John the John. But or said the me was set as I have give ID. The me one na me dem. That's what person what you can say we are better had the bia. The dem no and sister what bia. We've been giving you and yet your position is still the same. Today or tonight you are in God's time and your position ought to change. So we are not going to give you silver nor gold. We are giving you the name Jesus. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk.
We are say so say Yesu Kristo e kapintania enkonyankwa no be yamawo. Dem won say Yesu Kristo e nkwaje adoye ani yedie nyina wu a ohia tonto ne front from Umobija. To God be the glory. May God bless you all for listening. Nyamishra.
7:30 Sports.
Alright, so you're back now. Go Forward Enterprise na make count for the man say your best of furniture na go forward in so. We need say open say what the cars back room asia. Betumi abo ma cars no so watumi edi aba. Ana enye no nkosa ni say wuti no pay. Ne say say open say o clear goose. Fa kodan go forward. Na omuntumi enye side ma we nyama carpentry work. Ana fe painting na so go forward say bra na ententem so. Omuntimi enye ni nyina nso emfama animu ya nyanse sa nyuma di we die ni nya no omoye ne kama pa enso e o maso yinti meso ko go for edona onyama nti se ofie na wusi no eni opese be carpentry work ya be dia ma sana painting so bitima be dia ma building contract fa be dan ye mason for mo onim die sonko am be onyuma die ni nya nso edi ama so opese utubo opese eni open tiles ya lazy tiles and so on sana opasase upefie ni nyanso yebetima tombi edema open marble stones na say open say oye wiring e wo fie on ma ni nyans fa bedan go forward car tracking sem nya no e go forward ana mekanfo enso edema say car tracking sem de onso kodan mo a ombetimi enso aye diamonti meson tentem so akọ na omanyama sana CCTV installations ninya no nso ombetumi ayebi enso edi amounti mesoko go forward aso na CCTV nsem no so fa kokodan omona omuntumi enye amounti omadama na yedi nsem no so edi ebro ano enano pay na omusa se nkancho se eba roofing sheet a yo IBL yesa wo aluzinc ɛwɔ hɔ no mu a ɛno nso betumi akɔ akonya bi ɛnso atɔ na ɛnyɛ no nko saa ne osa bepie mu a na ɛsɛ ɔbɛkɔ akɔ akonya self lock ne nya no ɛwɔ roofing sheet nti ɛdan ho asɛm ne yɛka no nti kɔ na ɛkɔkɔgye wo deɛ nso ɛwɔ go for them so a molding of rubber pillars POP works and a park and gardens open flowers and nya no ɛwɔ go forward ana make amfo nso ɛde ama na no pɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛbetumi aboa na bibia no ayɛ kama kwana ono mo nkodi nkomo aboa kwa makro mo bɛn market no ɛhɔ ɔmo bɛn yie pa from 0276 0710 18 0276 0710 18 and 0541 489777 now no medi ko betimi so asa from 0244 693078 na when you go for it and so etimi abonkom nti o madama ana ye dey 730 sports and so edibaba but mami nya brake say ye no enya baso weekend na me ko tepa my stepmother ye na say Madam Elizabeth anane unza na make say weekend na busy na nyame adama yakwa ye na wie obi bi oba yi bia no brake e de aseda sonko e de ma obi anyame nsa obi amu a obi jam yen nya de kanya ne se e de aseda sonko nso e de e ma obi a ena no pɛ se mutumi e be jam ya bra na me ma me dafom Madam Elizabeth anani a wolizi e ma na yi no nso etimi ye very successful. It was a very busy weekend minya mamo ene busoni nyina ana de aseda sonko enso edi ma obi abeboa ye ma awolizi ayi no nso etimi ye de obi ase na brake ye nya no nko we said there was another one another ye say no nso me say akota no so tanoso nso na chese eno nso sofu maame mage sofu maame mage nso de no Madam Margaret Adwachirewa eno sofu maame mage de nso eno nso ba so tanoso ti weekend ye wa ha nyina agudie eno nso nyame adam am beboa yi nyina enu na me hu so many faces abi nimo as a Mr. Mom ni de ko hu faces bia na me nimo pa ho enti sofu maame mage nso de no mo ba ebeja ba ye maame ye pene krabre ema ye successful na Madam Margaret Adwachirewa adwan friends of maame mage no e sofu maame mage yes mo babo ama ye successful nya no meni menua Sandra ene maame ki ye nyina no ye 5 die so na ya wish ya da obi ase se nyame nhamo se muso babo aye ma aye no eye successful nti we dey aseda na ede ma obi a otimba aye ye successful
730 sports
so mo nyina
okay eye de na e kasa ye kuja kanisa but nipa no eja na de yo ho ene se ne man mu nyoma sitie na obi ja na de yo ho no aba beja we yie no se yie no nipa ne timi ba na yie ni timi wie peyo na bibia no ekọ ne kwanso ne thoughts ya hia sa akwanya se nyina so so timi ede aseda ede ma omo because na de nyoma ndafo ye nkuja de ba nyoma ndafo se bu ho a unya ne nyoma ne mostly ewo the weekends just imagine oma omudijwa ne dwadifo dodo na how they prepare for the weekends ho na bi mukra sika dodo na omunya ne ede ehye but ni nyine mu se omutimi nya konye ja omunyoma ho ebi ja we ye even any event we are here so they are said at the match so no one am gidi is why I know and no pay and I think that's the right way.
Okay back in room
meaning Olympics for no strange my muha but it is not also die kan yatin say okay the Australian visa scandal no so sa Ghana for you see mumu afi mumu tibas no mo shijama say one day ana Ghana for timi yeden mumu ko Lebarante ya fa o mo say do mu koyi games ye do mu koyi say afi ye ko capture mumu e wo tremu say ka himfa mu bas mu say den mumu na shijama So yana yewo krumu ade, we are not surprised as to these kind of scandals eba with a year that is in relation with our sporting activities. But say impenyufo na omoda no at least yetimi de sanctioning BI de atoho ede ama obo. We have to find a way. Mejidi say medical akase o man mu nsensem ne de everybody would want to live. Now no ye play at the currency a ye nya yen players o mo with a Ghanaian native embo man no ye ne chamu e kasa no kan say o man mu de obi enya obeden obeko, but we would have to be using the right channels, especially when it comes to sports related. Now after Paralympics for you could do kopa obi ati ayira ye hu obi a
Ghana dey review.
It just tells you the state of air that is the nation. How obi a person nya kwanya e dey free air o man mu ni nyina no boys dance ye no bi dey ye train that is the World Cup about 2026 with the right way, the right channel. And me bon pie and over the weekend pie ba kwa na me bon say me pese president here, America president here up here issue to na swing Trump in person beba
ade
akuzo no pe black sem ni ade o and onya be dipe me nuanu mo pe kwan akwa bia na akwa edian mo America
is Trump or ntimi kwan na
ebi oba yiri nyomem
minipa no
oba yiri nyomem boy ehwe ni
minipa no
boss ehwe ni Trump nya be di president pe ebi oba yiri mi mama enti mi nyina aka ho okroma, but it is good something for the sanctions that am mo dey ni ma etimi ye dem ekoba ne sa now to what to folk
Sika FM
kopa Omele Razak Kasim Nkomono from Great Olympics. On the Razak was heavily linked with Air Kotoko and then also Koposi. The info no said Razak yet Wama has a folk Tuesday, which is Yami Admochina, said Bibia who be a little bit in my head. Now the question is say a dad in Tina has and so intimately linking up with a head that is Razak, intimately making it permanent, and from my head that is Accra to folk. Now the absence of Glenn Otanga in the Heart to Folk team as the number 6 or the defensive midfielder, Edema a Heart to Folk last season, say Okodia, a be here, say Heart to Folk, Binya an experienced midfielder. I'll be to my big general Edema a Accra to Folk. Hence, the name Razak Kasim comes to mind. It said Razak any heart. Said Bibia Akwe personal terms. I agree. The question again comes in. Why? Razak has a contract, be an offer. That is the word. Free outside. But you see, in cases players are not fair and answer open to air clubs say the HNC or ebini set to say there ebini Enoch Morrison there the information the women the price that Enoch Morrison everybody had to focus was just because na offer na day aba so knowing very well say has me man sales can open hence therefore what boss our price we say has in face can day and but Razak Katim there copper what open up your market to folk no offer from outside any mooding komo. But Kemia Kwakwa is offer ni free abontin ban Copa Lebarante enye CP enye sita so upon to nyame aduma hochena se yekọ ni ekodi nkomo no ho na say amfa I'll come back to us folk and it's not a bad thing Razak Kasim hiding because many ya been say every player we local scene it is the dreams of obekọ abontin at least not for a top flight football crana misika samudi ebetima hede apeja ede amano. That is the reason why it's here Razak Kasim hede yes and how to folk closely say monitor the situation in so hede and bibia no has been done the here say offer na free outside airban no say amfan kwa dia as the folk would have to look at another player, so they enter a year in Suatreman. What's here? There's been speculations about Manaf, formerly of Accra to folk. With the absence of Air Salif Ibrahim, how Almujai Salim Adams mono, they would want a player beer. Almost wait to remember Rahas team at least as a central attacking midfielder. No about the house of folk set up. You and I will agree, says your father's folk fraternity, no, Eddie Siwa. With Manaf leaving Hearts of Folk to Rotamale United, it was just one nipa akope. And they make it that decision no demon into mind. That was then coach Samuel Bodu. It is a House of Folk fraternity na ankasa they are still in touch with Manafuma. And you can clearly see from RTU to Unswateman, boy in the form now ni know how to focus on. Or call these two clubs na pija. A pija ye.
Okay.
Even when last season year call it a players you move it we mention his name for the Black Stars. So bit my baby them ababe rim. So these are some of them come no so then ekoso edema that's a crowd to folk. He's experienced on him the hearts of folk family, on him the hearts of folk history, on him the hearts of folk style. Into say contacts na yet no common na yet in couple Lebarante. Say to me we nko dia me jire say they are on the right path. Me say and I'm sure said the boy Manaf will never regret coming back to us of folk. But hey, as it stands now, in Swatema Ninya, any contact also from the camp of air that is Accra Hearts of Folk. We wait to see how our Hearts of Folk, even have these two players, in addition to the current squad, now they are only left with about 14 players. It means that Sahas Pesonia 26 squad man, he will need more players, about 11 or so, or even 12, not the idea or the account. So they have a long way to go. The goalkeeping department and even other areas. Now, after say ball, the Democracy Cup with Kotokowi, me be di right back no home come. Say he will need competition, which is Dennis Kosa. He would have to improve left back. Sorry. So okay, Dennis Kosa bona. Yes, our experience. A ban press resistance OB. A ban surging forward OB. Defensive abilities OB, but in the modern day left back or a right back no kopa enye dey hia no krante we defend it and dey enye hia no kwase was surging forward, but in surging forward what is the end result? His end result has been poor. And say or translating ball no from a defensive zone and they are an attacking zone akopa in most cases where the ball near them and it's not because he's bad, but it's because Mijidi said he feels so comfortable Sika FM Dennis Kosa as the only left back or had to poke CCA because Livingston's attack could not live well. It will also help transfer list and able to Jana so they will need a good competition at the man. And any idea me here from House of Folk. And for me, the moment I will break it that story from Suleiman, that guy no film media Urban, I disagreed. Yes, already experience. What put media Aquaman on it. As I have back there, but me say and they are young guys view system minua so as to folk pushing kwa they will give that Dennis Kosa that competition on here. It is much more the reason why Mijiri say I wouldn't agree with that Suleiman guy in as much as Mijiri said Dennis Kosa in your competition, but the news reports and ever for how to folk there. It means say they are looking at another in addition to Suleiman now while Abeka to folk Mrs. Yan. Dennis Kosa to go. But Dennis Kosa also brings experience to some extent. Oh, sir, Watara in next season, Copa Peso try BB. I don't know, Peso trying to start from the back, which is a 3-back system.
Okay.
On a Peso ball. It's a Peso on the back, no solid. Now, on your goalkeeper, at least, also experience, don't want to still has HNC Benjamin Asari. And it is this time one very, very close. It's here by the end of this weekend. Now, Mijiri is a house Benjamin Asari. It is when your defenders are open. You see how we Kelvin and that guy from Nations. No, at least it's a bit solid. There's Crody Adam still around the crowd to folk. It's a building up from the back. The 3-back no person or born. Say a year there he would be safe in terms of conceding goals. Then no man with the goalkeeping was bad, the defensive play was bad. There were goals and has a consider I just cannot understand. It was secure no making sure that he's done with that area. No sure how at least in midfield obetimi 1 or 2 behind there. Aka ho na to folk it behind there a progress yakode him. But let's back in here. It is a good thing. It's either so omenya a solid competition. Ediama Dennis Kosa and now omenya an improved left back. Because we've seen Radio Voka. Austrian and Dennis Kosa be then every boy. But now after the game, Mekai. he cannot be compared to what we see Radio Voka did for others Accra Hearts folk. Then it's I need to be there, but Copper has will just have to improve on that. Still, we read a story, Kotoko. Clubhouse security will improve.
Yeah.
The last one now they first means and now can answer Ujaya to monitor players from sneaking out.
Yeah, count.
It's not the right of players to say you let me kia kwa club kakra.
Right.
These are uniform matured people.
I didn't say.
Only me kakra.
It boils down to discipline. What I say? Say, ABI will beat my club, but if I discipline, any issue. If I meet my club, if I'm not disciplined, it will become an issue. As I mentioned, in terms of that, to avoid signing my indisciplined acts in so, to avoid the indisciplined acts, and why don't we stop them from going there? I don't know if I get him in my point. I just said that
probably from last season.
Yes.
Reported by and said from training grounds on the field in the dressing room, actually indisciplined acts be bring, and that players need be more than bona. Na enkon kind bit remember the special Mukwela. The start of the season was because of these club in the so in order to make this situation away from Air Kotoko next season, 730 Sports would want to improve these security measures away from say a clubhouse in your club property by a ban say yempien kwa would want to monitor you. But when we are mantia these are matured guys, and we didn't say they have their rights. Probably ABS yes now. Now, in terms of your contract and agreement, who decide this is a clubhouse what they are. This is somewhere what the clubhouse, and that after 10 you cannot leave. Senya Sadia, they have their way out. Who crying? Akunya say at least 1 week can be there, mighty man. Me a prayer for Kotoko. My bomb match it be a Friday. It be a Saturday anyway. Sunday at least or 74. In that aspect, I will agree.
Okay.
Say these players are matured. And for that matter, at least you know makunya kakra no munye dey. Omunsi abonten.
Because you many.
Omunji omuni kakra.
Sika FM.
Because ye nyini ye so aye nyini nyina no. Yesterday, all work and no play. It will make them door boys. And trust me, so your door, the results you are looking for in trying to improve security and discipline, you will not get it. And up to the players now say, who say we are playing for a big club. Hence, for that matter, or see a self-discipline, not for the club, but for young team as players playing for Kumasi as Antikotoko. At least, send a big power club name. At least, send a better offer. A bit in your whilst your performance improving. Other than that, you will be on person here at the clubhouse now. I agree, but to monitor them from going out, club near the idea couple Lebarante, you have same thing for the Braka.
Sika FM.
Yet,
the mom club na.
It depends on the players a lot. Open here, you have to monitor your disciplinary records.
Okay.
Who as a player, no, or so because we've seen players are day in and day out. Weekends or one match you even some before. Now Abbas betana
issue. Issue. Europe it becomes an issue. Say player or club. We say your season every year. That one is different. By passing during the season,
during the time it becomes an issue, necessarily your club no kunya asem. And so during time necessarily performance and konkanya. That is when these issues come up. And I know about Betana. He gives us example of how to folk players are. To some extent, a half kubo game krana, omutim koshe baby. And yet omunio man, son of Mohabe join.
Do you remember what he said?
And they give results.
Do you remember what he said?
This is what Kabi.
He said they were in discipline.
Sika FM.
So it was an issue.
But the bottom line is, that's Nipano Alcofa and Bayano. amount the results you are looking for now.
Okay.
In regards to Abbas then America, but you see, even with outside then America, it becomes an issue. No, and America say it's only when say be a club or in Semba, the performance is affected. And no na na dodo na akọ say ye hwehwe mu da adinti ana omode mu ahede atiako club ana awoko no eno so ye dey eka ho club na awo club eno so ka ho, then they will find a way. Other than that, we see these boys going around.
I'm just say
me kai one and say I think even Chelsea Kopama after beating Manchester United, what's in clubbing outside?
Okay.
So players there eka especially omo pay ni jeno.
Maybe. So yeah, after beating Man United, it's a big game.
Sika FM.
Omasha Man U, who say once in a while be, but it be man by a habit.
So and I make say it then depends on the player monitoring on one kasani disciplinary records.
I'm sorry to say that I'm not sounding racist here, but no. Insa nana last week na say Franco kai. Ya man be say fan be say enye culture be ya man be culture, which is wrong. Say ujai blacks. Let's put the blacks ujano o man self freedom be ya. Trust me. Oba regretting.
I say me state example no about Kotoko last season players that were in discipline. I mentioned Mukwala. The start of the season, he was bad. I remember senior saying, "Say a man at time, he would adapt him." And
7:30 Sports.
Sika FM.
I am in close contact with Nipa. No, Timmy from Mukwala, and they go outside. Asking Odini P. Even up to today. But the question is, was he not delivering for Kotoko? Yet. So, if you want to say, we're improving with disciplinary idea, fine. But in that aspect, when you see there can players and you can almost relieved. So, player they would have to question him.
The never plays in club or crew.
I just can't say stop it almost.
So we should allow them to go clubbing.
We should allow them to have fun. These boys in Joe when you kakra.
Do someone have fun? A rules and regulation here, the abase. If you are by 10 now fear, and then say about 6, 7, 8, I'll be to me.
In 7 I'm sure no maybe say akopa. So in the latter part of that story now it was as if he was leaving it out. So Mrabu was say nipa na ba into the clubhouse there. Ebia I was say e mo 10 there now you dey. Now them and answer what the clubhouse. I stated this in some America. But say a general say yeah boys no enye maybe say you be there.
Sika FM.
Then I think say mo my dog kakra.
Sir.
Yes.
The club in Panama will be having fun.
Also, Obiani in interest.
Sir.
Yes. Obiani in interest. I might decide to say Ebi Adia San Yabobo Ewie before a game, 2 days before a game. Ebi Makota live band Biase. To relieve men so much pressure be a day and what we should before the game.
And that's not clubbing.
Okay, clubbing meaning what you want to define as clubbing.
Clubbing there.
Clubbing here.
Night at dawn.
Anajoasem.
You can't club it.
Okay, probably from 12, 1
and
to
it will affect them.
area.
It will affect them.
You see. Kotoko.
7:30 Sports.
Play a beer. A nema mienu. Me betia oka. And you in return. So mami adie bia ebe mamanya resource amepe. Patwa
Sika FM.
Into anything I me feel say that is why say class into your muka and tema yeah almost they are head murmuring into America me bonus of my what I say or that is part of their bargain, right? But what am I say? Would the any sort of mom results? Anything of Philly say a bit me one man in your results no. Yes, I do am fine show so a discussion. They tell them in the discussion. They tell them, right? Emra Arsene Wenger ebefa Arsenal. Koba, do you remember enema obeye ode that's it even when you go home you are not supposed to take burgers meboa you are not supposed to take coke it's ade maniema no enko bi a waje di sika o she di fie but open resource o si we dey buy resource
Sika FM
we dey even dress meboa
Yeah.
say masa we are professional footballers o say the bank address no a share suit wo so kobo matcha all of this ade mani nyina buy.
Yeah.
You understand? Because ni nyina eden result e dey nyina yepe help me make I help you. So if the team we anya say the kind no we say during your off season no do they monitor them off season be to no all of time bia o bossy o time bia betim dey ajuwani. But when you are expected to give me results now when na say dey na be man results say me no timi ka e hye mra kakra ma. When we go to school, when we
7:30 sports,
do teachers pay our school fees? The authority do they pay? I don't know, because I'm feeling say a part of their bargain say akwano ye timi church no be na resource open no the coffee and my school so animate kotokosha
Sika FM
the club no ni age supporters ni age but niam bi omo ye we have a lot of managerial styles wrong minim. Yes, Brazil coach bia na otimi ma obi ko clubbing. Every patient Jesse Manabo. Romario. Do you know why he was doing that? He was anyo munyina o. Romario. Ena yeah the because it's so managing. Copper you see word no. What managing na? You get the result.
Yeah, na me pay free copper and say it's as if it is becoming more or less like say you monitor from clubbing. That's why my point in here day a free bar. Nigeria said there are other fans on where they ever me.
Yeah.
Obisu me say I didn't hear am here day atomic cra.
I beer and saka club and so why don't you go buy your beer and go inside the room and take it?
Okay, but Mr. Amin Chano Crow.
Why don't you go buy the beer and go to your room and take it?
You don't play football, but if you stay up late in the night here, how do you feel?
So Benjamin, I was in football. You can't cry a year.
Football.
And that's my Kamaba could say Saturday or Pahunwa.
Yeah. If you stay up late in the night, how come
we are was coach say senior my bread. Mr. Mark you understand? Charlie, it is negative.
I can't choose it. Me persito ni mebri.
Me persito. I know so.
Me persito me persito. Na uni power any utim bad man.
No, obi beside.
Oh, me point in
West Brown dum de be no busan sa. Nah, what's the baby me so nwa na do any utim bad man.
So you see.
O man also obre.
Ekoyet say e yen sadia e the problem me ba.
And the problem
make say e show. Discussion and what chill say.
That one I will agree. Settle on that.
We
regulation pa say.
And the problem be maintain. And
the problem. You see, some uti. Semene oka. Say the message discussion. Near we na jituma. It has become a regulation.
I understand. But say, what if it is not such senior oka no? Now I'm quite discussion. Now I say a part of our
7:30 sports.
So we who answer what sign. You see, answer our sound contract. And so when you are better one and to dia.
Oh, we are moving away from say ABR. You didn't run to her. Say yes, share and I say your discussion. You feel say ekoba say ABR ni nyinu
you are trying to find who die so.
To some extent. ABR from that and my player to deliver.
We are found here we are see.
Oh, Kofi.
Found here
we are see.
No be na down na for say we are there chinu kobo no so anti ase
ya woni mse nya waka ni
found in no they say me back here say yes ebe ya champion wa dwuma see yes ya champion wa dwuma e red da see nessa ntu se ntu nya adwuma dia menti ase nessa bia no how ko bia so permanent
establishing as a law establishing
as a
regulation yeah establishing say emra
Sika FM
bia edwuma ya ntwempena it's any kind say we dey o twempena away from that any activity
730 Sports
from the contract between you know ebia before so be family no side no am to some extent e ma me ya dia me ye I mean see unam so ade ba dey wo de ba be family
brake okay last season you be me course crab say some of the boys no we stay late in the night I was joint be wo be omo fie no no
yes
that pap na guy be high road no so no a bit me kwoto mo 1 am
you can mem kan che
me be say bonidi minimum pap ni be me be say bonidi a bit me kwoto mo 1 am 2 am e ma nipa ne kra ba na obobo game kra na kopa e ye bad day kra na mo de ahye sa na ma no enti wei yesi o ye the security abam ho enye se ye ma wo mpia bonten nye se wo nya at least you control it. Na so you see your co school ni ehuri wo etu na ebi mu ehuri wo
school e kwa isha amount for be restore
yes ehuri wo e be yiwadi but body house e bi pie ko onye exact eno de be ba be we won person mo de control na so mo kan place no e ya she
say
just say to control
me expect say the fact where be in share or the player so me feel say e bia na ye player bia dia o ya e ma ne mo de mo konkai
ebe eno kwa me say club no bit my in share. That's what I want to tell you.
So me in share then I think it will be wrong.
Oh. Why is it wrong?
Because I feel say
club no position here. Me position here. It's not me usually say be adwuma we say e bia yan twempena. So say if you are willing to do that, if you are willing to work with Sky FM, I mean also with me dimra no so.
Oh, say
what they mean say contract now so obey alternate na if you have to pay the club.
Sika FM.
Yeah na imprempi no.
And seriously, me ba me try no. Seriously, say happens no one your carry and go do baby. You had my case catch say ade abo no pa ni days at Chelsea. Say unya enough sleep or da. And me say me personally say me yemre pa no I don't need to go to hospital. So me enough sleep kakra me okay.
And your body conditions no be need you. There are many examples of other players being so.
True, but to a larger extent.
730 Sports.
So about he president. No be an beto aba man. But do no one is so a president. So you see the air every doctor and the legal Rebecca to say nipa here.
Yes, I know there.
But said the okan obi so here rest but the output 100%. But I know it's just a sign in the party.
And you see, these boys in the crowd, your main record is not as if say, or me a club no from Monday.
730 Sports.
And Kaukoye research on players who I know you can do it. Now the re Sanima King, the effect it has on players.
Say players do say
out. They monitor them with yes with their performance. Any idea? Now they even historical antics. Obia na or yet or what's our potential now? So Sanima we are man. It will be brave.
Yes, I agree. There are many players are almost potential. I say, oh my Jumudi and say, Ukutie almost sema the rest more.
Yes.
Omodoso.
Yes.
But in Omo club no. And yet in Chiniachi says how but Omo is for their well-being. Any Jumana Omi and Ometina Yentino. Omo personally have chosen not to do the other side.
Obi nim sade nti ese catch them.
But in kwasi ehye.
Oh yeah, but na share. So no share.
Oh they be challenge say how do you know today?
They say share. What you say me niam me pese o yama me ni.
Ana kopa kwati say enhye kra enye bone.
Oh, say, I do have it to share. I do have it to share. I don't catch you, mother.
Copper.
It's a catch you by. I see you. Oh, many G.
Tama, Sina, I COVID buyer, COVID buyer. Sina COVID buyer, say any day. You still you get people who go out.
And
yes, but
if you're looking at the bigger picture,
you see what the
I will be taking as a person.
Clubs Biana, and our football team Yana. And I'm just and running the doors will be blue. You want Russell Untimini say in every football.
I am a GM room.
But when some of the Emrano Ebeye Chinchinia, we will say at times a shake player also from the best they can deliver. It's in your copper air can say even when it's a
7:30
sports. Anything wrong with that? That is my stand. Say no money, but anything I don't have a problem. But see a sound ebakotokwa. Only right say at least uko club na it is wrong.
Me musa baboti baba me say me musa one question.
FM.
Yes, Monday she white bread adwuma mi. Ama woni freedom o wi ase na.
I have my freedom.
Okay, me da say. Baboti ba problem.
Papa. Baki ho em won papa
7:30 sports.
And that person I'm saying why me won. Edimiti ya to bi ti won di mi won won.
Na ka say kwabno say tutu.
Obi tu hu get mi won won.
Ne betima won won. Won ka so wadi ne ho ya wo se ne ho ya won
won.
Yeah.
Kopa. You see your sound. Your sound we are. Men ko jina manager. So fu say obekwa ko jina manager o sai.
Debi.
No, that means me more. What do you mean for so? But I was signed here. So was signed here. Would you to say? Sad year we mean it.
Okay.
Nipa, I remember now one I'm cause stadium near say 40,000. Now the supporters could go so 8 million as a million supporters. So they 40,000 more MMA
stadium.
Now the 40,000 you know the general way. Yeah, friends. You want a friend? They were a honor. I see a honor more on a friend say.
A more basement.
A new basement. Not at the
7:30 sports.
Never stadium. Not a bubble to come. I didn't know what you know self-discipline. The first thing as human being also your self-discipline. But nearly paying none self-discipline. Can you many years? Ko bia no ho e be hye mrama no aban Ghana yenim se obi ade no ho adenti na yere namba ya mobo e ho asum basa you know a hostel self discipline by we are enye obi na betimi edisa amra ne so ono ankata self discipline onye obi obi wa to so force no
okay
mukola sama no kan mukola na nya club no mukwala afi na waba mesa me ba tobo me say
so we did you can bring it up but manim yi man
oba afoforo ebe ni so question ma
okay
we nya tax we sika dia betete no ba ehye mrama e you know say ohwe mukwala ba ye na one wanya precision wanya bi
okay
two mensan on side yakọ ana wo ho no mu a ebikura de ko share na na yamponsa na okọ se na na yamponsa kura na ema no yes ade no so there were so many factors and it contribute to Mukwala if say after say Mukwala started to Oshogu club no nkwana
he was too bored.
So the truth no work. Yeah. But Mukwala was the what self-discipline.
Yeah.
And none of them managed to pay for me.
Okay.
Be two way. Ye nim say na kope kan. Ye tuntum fo ye tete ye. Ye otu ha no ye say ma obi emfa obi nsi table so. Ye vend the table so. Efi ye. Ya nsham na say me fo obi nsi table so. Ye vend the table so. And self-discipline na men.
Na utimi the years afo.
Self-discipline na men.
Oh, babot.
And nothing that the bia ho ho no mu a. Asa self-discipline bi on also hear the force.
Okay.
So, uze see we tofe ho. So, ye tie nyina no, e bia me tafre bia emwa me. E bia bla go fit tafre be boa no. Or self-discipline no. It is a meme to way. Something me ko che ba here bra go finance a meme ko tafri bia. Na go din ko asema na fe sham na se me fa bi mafia bia mu a. No.
That would mean okay as the answer and my chef for the majority because
yes, individual
but ebia dodo na ye kan ho no ebia yakwa indiscipline so the best
individual say onko a omrani
football for a while. cup management. The same bisa.
Sika FM.
Which of the club
730 Sports?
No. And who say Emrabi say a woman da.
Club which club?
And who say Emrabi say a woman da. Yes.
Club regulation.
Club say be a woman.
It will differ from club to listen.
It is never because these guys are 18 years old.
No, Massa, you are oh yeah,
Ghana nipa bebe 18 years and above.
Yes.
Yes, unu wi ebecho. Ale ka say mo ambudu 18 years, mutim kon mu wi.
Ai.
And it is sad ya nka ye betimi aka say Jobi ape bia onye okrom ha.
Okay. That is it. I don't think you be na dey play football no.
There adie bia ya ja to okrom ase we dey oya emranitia including we no. Oti ase even though wo hwa kwanya so be but you see oya enunu die etia bra.
That is it. No. Hey, Tobo. That is it. Enunti ne say me dey metimu ni o. Me mere ni o. Ubetimi a diso. In the 2 different baby hour nemra.
Yeah, baby hour nemra.
So I said city baby hour nemra. If you hire it, see your nemra wa ha.
Aye, nemra.
So we call another radio station.
If you go contrary with the nemra wa ha na, they all see the year.
Yeah.
So I said city. And to know the Ghana nemra nyina ba mu a. Enye ye na person tin am go fa wi asamba na person yi ba.
For example, say if a club is we ever say a breakum alabichim koto say men call clubbing with me use the word clubbing ebi abichim for club kura ni bichim nti club kura mam no no so be twa ni dem say ebi enkotra ba
Sika FM
emrano ain't regulation ain't mean ye pe it will differ from club to club depending on where you find yourself any near my bit do players here.
Anna, the senior may can be up to senior. I didn't say Abia could acquire due diligence and say last year are they affected and as last season it was a be a near affected club so they need to find a solution. So they think say we are the right thing to do because Abia club in some idea going out late in the night and affected club no. So why don't you bring something out?
It just said be when see be as when they are in campaign. But outside campaign, me sure so say restrict you say a new price will be
730 Sports.
And I make say some of these things brings the best out of these players.
So we should encourage it. We should encourage it.
You are also basing it on ABA. Also based on ABA. But the fact no move you pass example say player na me bone di no up until when na me modern was he was still doing these things even when was said ne carry us with Kotoko. So just imagine also at a point in time you are restricted from that.
Ismailati no the
Ismailati
so no has ni say onya obi e maybe o hihye mra say man and you restricted na e bia nka wadu be bi odu ye.
So it's an example of what I think is not so.
What's it?
Mario Basla so.
Mario Basla. Oh, ya kasa asase ma okay. Ya kan nya say e bi did them. But majority no. That is how it is. For example, when Asenvega said they shouldn't take hamburgers,
Sika FM,
sandwiches, French fries, any soft drinks no. Now autonomy Jesus and I said, but they were not taking it. You can't take it. When you go to English Premiership now, a lot of footballers are not allowed to eat this food. They are not allowed.
What's it you? Say, yeah, allowed and now not allowed. Copa me the say.
Okay.
These are matured people. Omo ye mpanyimfo. Omo we busua. Minima say debia me Copa me gidi pa say ye krom ano. Ye da so hu ye place ne say omo ye nkran totofewa. And that is the treatment. No ne kwaya ye sini omo dwen. No kwaya ye dwen for omo, kwaya ye sika sa omo. And I've always said maybe it's because of a kwaya ye di omo betim ni mu no. Ye di omo bem say den kwafo a omo ka bia omo ho o wem de omo ka ni o. It attempt by your form so omo say da kwanya. Say oni obi a wawo ye place do na above 18. Ebia wo bi wo abusua bi wo ma also yeah there no unfortunately asa ya na ya jedan mo te faako etia ya dwen say the boarding house system is working but that in fact any kwakra said ankesi sa ni papa mu padi ankeni kwakra said ankesi sa because me chichiri me busua they said last time yi for captain Ganiu aware we muslimini ni wife muslimini na woni nkofo share apartment sika nema enye healthy crime ma edesum no because e bia muslimini on pese oni obi oh me chirem da bi se ne da ami chirem chese sa de wo kanyina no eye because omote fa continue ya dwen say the boarding house system should operate no and therefore say awuka no say anka ba kuti atasmanso e na ba kuti afijase a anka be ka say for security nkonkotena e de gate ano na o mempia nkwa abontin me just say the only time o camp wo and enya nkwa was a born da kasa born global or baby the only time I will be camp more time we hear almost services for the short while it be a yeah co camper yeah ma wumpie yeah nyese but outside camp because that we hear the service for the shortest possible time because the camp there anything
what time manager was a contract shortest possible time what time manager
because why can be said that we hear ahode for that time it that we cause that ultimate me but now we can say bia why set here cause shen manda and
me na make
then you then I won't say me mention why shen za enfa nkonkoda me say no permission me say no perfect it then said the time of work no and yet I will and yet I will bet mama say but your point what say the oti why me say me why shed ba manda 10 so ya me me ro wase ho me run mama say black
mama ne we contract again na ye won say he's been a player before ana eba coaching so dream says obo odi adwuma yi pana don mo ye ma akwa bamra sika 89.5
Sika FM
okay they
don't boko there
boko but the chef my tree is not too fluent so please pardon me.
Oh no problem say you didn't come up na don't want an pay a friend wa ya sami tiawa na discussion I having na say footballers any clubbing ana ye hwe wo de wabbo ni bi pen ana wasa kochi ene ya ye kasai na ye busa say o ya footballer na say o club ya ensusan so be na the brave footballers no
tricky question, but you have your freedom, okay, to do whatever you think is good for you. But that freedom must also be controlled in the context of
Sika FM.
No matter how you're being responsible. So there is a thin line between freedom and responsibilities. And you all work and you play.
Don't so what's my position we ka kama wadama na say wallahi na a bit fin yeah I think it's a bit okay.
I'm saying you said football and clubbing. Okay, clubbing so we see clubbing and they are killing having fun is having one so Konu Sani maybe a man and what have you.
Yeah sure.
And I'm saying that but let me give you my perspective. So far as football boss are from the grassroots to the national team level, and and posting the highest level cast intercompetition. Okay. Every player, every human being that will be found getting freedom. Everybody.
Don't my miss for line and now cry. I miss for back okay. Na yeshe. Inti no mama mo dey na mo sound from because we say line me okay then. Na o kasa.
Na me kasa mostly na ye tajun we nyina because of
ekwa yesi house ye place no enti ya ye dwen say ye the boarding house system ye de omu nyina gu faako enti ye say ye treat omu nyina same but me de ne say these are place obi afri baby na eba obi lifestyle nko obi no say bi no sa ebi ye say bi nye say and ni nyina enti de no tina say wo best sign player you need to go through all this length. No, say player may best sign in India. It's because Subai say me cultivate Subai for 18 years. For 20 years.
Me come on. Hello, Domon.
Yes.
I feel I think say you're okay. In Ethiopia.
I'm saying that there is a thin line between freedom and responsibility. Freedom says we found it. Okay. You have the freedom, the liberty to do whatever you think is a rule, but it comes with responsibilities. So you have to man issue. So issue, having said that, let me narrow it to football and planning. Players are not robots. Players are not prisoners. They are not. But players must be responsible and tomorrow. Yes, they need to be disciplined, but there must also be a room for you to also have your fun. You can call it clubbing, you can call it smoking, you can call it womanizing, film watching, or whatever. But the fun at the premier level now. Their dreams Kotoko. These players are professionals. These players are not kids. And girlfriends. And because of them, you can only control. And that is why, if I want to use the best practice now, the players have their flat. They have their flat. Whatever they do there, I, the coach, or you, the club chairman, you don't have any permission to enter their premises. It is their privacy. You have control only when they come onto the training grounds. You only have control when they come to perform teams' activities. But as to their private life, believe me, you don't have at the premier level. You cannot control. You cannot control what Mbappe should do. You cannot control what Vinicius and the rest do. But at the end of the day, they must go onto the pitch and perform and do their job. And if you think the job they are doing and so many and lifetime in here, that's how before you sign a player, you have to do a background check and make sure say the player I am signing or a disciplined or a professional player now. What I say about how to say they are not in academy and 10 and 12 say that 6 o'clock 9 o'clock is neither here nor there. At the premier level, at the top level, you cannot control them. Leave them. Let them do whatever they like. But at the end of the day, they must also know that they have the responsibilities to work, to perform. And every professional player knows that never be affecting the performance. Every discipline or professional player will not do things affecting the performance.
Okay, Wilfred, Mami Musa say that we can be why your due diligence before signing the player. Once a player no sign my Kenya unimu bi, but the pet misses or buy an ebia now for become an assassin. And what do you do?
That's why managing camps. That's why you the coach. We are substitute parents. We say substitute parents are. And you players. But we have the responsibilities to make sure say we call them to our side. Sometimes you can even pay them out and then speak to them and cite them and counsel them. Coaching and yet small job and very, very difficult. You in a way you are act like a counselor also to the player. So Mickey, when you say you're a good player, we say match we are we say a fitness level now. Fitness level is not good enough. And to me, make sure you add up your training. You do more training. And so nobody say how, but you control it. So At the end of the day, it is the player who must take that advice in good faith. And that's why you have about 30 players to choose from. You, the coach. You have those players to choose from. So if you think player K is not living up to expectation, he's not playing according to your philosophy, he's not playing according to your identity, you take him out and you bring another player. And that player will wake up. That's the only way. But you cannot impose that control, especially at the Premier level. No. Okay. There is no any law which which there's no any provision to stop the player from clubbing, stop the player from at the Premier level. No, it's their life. But you can't say that, you advise them. And you also take decisions. Ebema player na ide say ebi a player no say you obi a the tunu funa or you be na say you so wadwen. I mean, he has brain to think, to analyze, and to make informed decisions. So based on the council, based on where catch the player should learn. If you doesn't learn, you the manager, you make a decision. That's why they don't worry, they just take a decision against the player, and that's it.
Okay, so Wilfred, ebe good say club ebe set be a curfew and I say be a obeshemra say ebe say club ebe shemra say be a ye players ebia from this time won't mean pie yes a club yes sir obeshemra.
That's why I'm saying that as for their private life, you can't control it, you can't stop it. It's their life, any life. But in the confines or within the context of the club engagement, he said training, camping. Yes, you can impose those rules. You call camping and nobody goes out. Everybody give your phone out or off your phone by 9 o'clock. Those things you call camping now. Yes, because camping, the players don't own the camping. The players don't control the camping. The camping is controlled by the coach and the manager. So I want to actually say, person will be pay on Konumsa. Who said you will be a Konumsa, and now will be the Oba, and now will be a Koya. That player will be penalized. So they enough the team or not. But their private life there, you can't control. You can't control my private life. You can't control the player's private life. You can't. But in the confine of the club, for instance, training grounds, camping, if they are called there, you can match. Those parameters you can control. You can put in measures. Or say 7 o'clock. When you are sorry, maybe I'm on point. And now 9 o'clock. We are 7:30 lights. We are in that 7 o'clock training grounds. We are there. Those are places are team nangsan sa shisha hawa ko ji hotel ma ko ji training grounds. That they all know that you are the shisha there. But as for Bangalore now, you can't control it. Please leave them. Yes, oversetting, leave them. You can't control. Yeah.
Okay. Don't Yanas, Nimra, when you're the man of pay, maybe any best afro.
Okay, but I see.
Okay, Tiania, with Fred Domona, Yanini Dean Comono. He's a coach at Dream Service. When I assistant coach, with Dream FC. And Tiona, Edin Como. Baba Bon Pobo has a full crap and now on the Modimo Sopa, the knee. Black Star so Bobby. Into the packet and Naka. That's
Said, I just said that you just challenge unity and because of a choir. You see, high diamond players, and no one the my side by his idea. I can a player above 18 years, mostly the young crana. And the young Nabia Poo be now or when but I only my church player above 18 years a bonny ball mount. Dear, we hear free no A services. And Nutina coach can say also a co campaign for a short while before the tournament. But after before that or on the time of the bay say ye pre season you will place ni put on number be last and Greece na mama go akokonom sa kokonto kwa papa and 20 o bene den untimi restricting say me ma orensa me ma na all season yinka contract ne ho I will say and yes senior kaje say I only play aside 3 years all season do you come free.
What I'm saying is that
you come free man.
I don't think I'm say season. Yeah, we calculate the season. Season. the season is when o league no ball o knockout ball your competition is in.
But
off season, some may even decide if we buy the foreign players. Obviously, what do you don't they travel back to their.
So there's a distinction. But if you're fan say, you say year.
Okay. The better than you say,
okay. Team not sign or no. And him say between this period and that period. Many way a Juman ma quite am a one year maybe. It is Saturday, your holidays. Do pay the aqua no. When say I Sunday almost training regimes. I'm wrong.
We are even diverting from we are diverting from the origin. Also said the coach in class idea better so maybe there's a nipa no the time
he made a statement two sides that being balanced and on the torso
there be say
a being balanced
but say ni pana handa wasafu ba koti afranchwa awe de coach na de omu fie ni mu say bona me ma umpi sa concept you friend again say ko club ko we and no for ho ben awu here ne services one so we camper and your camp rules but outside camp say why or one Wednesday be mama club nko jimeni kakra mama nko no kakra untimi control
the contract cover house
ni bi asa akra wom ni bibia ya was standard player contract ye ni wom said I untimi nko club ni say ni wom
apart from the standard player contract no there are rules and regulations of every club
standard player contract is
there are rules and regulations of every club any devil na say am na mbeka e kian kan wasem apart from star you know na na oba be condemn na wo but there are rules and regulations
you pay the apoya your friend say
player ben
Greenwood DJ
I come from Iceland I come
no Iceland
the OT Kenya no there are OT Kenya I also feel any Greenwood asem Iceland asem
no me for be there
Oh, okay, perfect. Kaka from.
No to Toby customer na nunti ansa.
Oh yeah, nimbe be ya oko. Ane. Maybe say sir, yeah hano. Yeah is that. Yeah, nim say yeah champion. There be a hand am mo fa ko. It mean there say me cause can the body system adwena ye dey tete plan. Eni ho.
Nothing coach Chimbebre no. There's nothing line. Akwesi mi facho. It is a thing life for the player nankasa. Yeah. I was say mo ade ami yi. Ebia emboami. Ebia me say
by case position.
Emboami. With the player.
Some of us start was
na wo waja ne kwaya se team.
Nemo say kwaya
aspect of it. So we say okay, maternity contract. Plan them do ko FIFA.
Perfect. No na say
I don't know